Silence, please.
Who is that?
You are charged with the following indictments.
And Then There Were None is a story about vigilante justice. It's a story about the human condition, the image we maintain in public, and the things we hide from others. Who are you when no one is looking? Seems to be a fitting sort of central thought as we dissect this story. Themes in this particular story include guilt. We're introduced to 10 characters in the first 3 chapters, which may sound like a lot, but we'll sort it out later on, kind of as the lesson goes on. Many of these characters feel immense amounts of guilt for what they've done, while others feel no guilt at all. As a result, we'll analyze the complexities of this theme. Another theme that we'll discuss is concealment. Despite the fact that some of the characters are guilty, each one, in some shape or form, tries to conceal their past or their identity. This is, however, a whodunit, and so the truth does come out, no matter how much the characters try to conceal that aspect of themselves. Justice is another theme that we'll see throughout the course of this story. Each character has done something wrong, so someone or something has decided to make them pay in a way that the law couldn't. What does this look like from a learning scale perspective? So before we do that though, here's the thing. Each of the learning objectives that we work through during our class does not exist in a vacuum. This is to say that we won't necessarily focus on how the characters develop throughout the story, nor will we necessarily focus on inferences. We do that often with other lessons as well. But we are going to address those things, the character development and inferences, simply because as readers, we can't ignore them. The 2 learning objectives that we will focus on cannot exist without them, and vice versa. Those can't exist without the learning objectives we are going to focus on. So by extension, we're kind of going to hit all of them. The learning objectives we will focus on include text structure and analyzing different mediums. We're going to look at both text, obviously the story itself, and the film. This was made into a sort of a made-for-TV film in 2016, so we'll look at parts of that as well.
The position is for a secretary.
Then the agency shouldn't have given you my name. My typing and shorthand isn't good enough.
Assistant then, with some minor secretarial duties. I sent her all the details. She chose you.
Really?
You're a teacher?
A games mistress, yes.
Teachers are good at organising. Mrs. Owen is expecting a lot of guests.
Whereabouts in the country?
The Devon coast. Soldier Island.
The coast.
Audrey's been telling me about it from her magazines. Haven't you, Audrey? Some Hollywood film star was supposed to have bought it, but no. It's Mr. and Mrs. Owen.
And you've met them?
No, everything by letter.
An island. By the sea.
Islands are generally by the sea. The box, if you please, Audrey.
I don't... Maybe I'm not suited.
You are who she wants. And it's very well paid. There's a permanent position on offer, if you fit the bill,
Yes, but...
for immediate expenses.
Darn you, you stupid bastard!
Oh, well, here are the others.
I'm Miss Claythorne, Mrs. Owen's secretary. Are you Mr. Narracott?
Ain't no one else holding a sign. We're already taken two over. Fussy old maid and some flashy young lad. Been in and out of this harbour like a fiddler's elbow.
Sea dogs have their own etiquette. Well, good afternoon. General MacArthur.
Good Lord. What an honor to meet you. Wargrave.
Justice Wargrave.
The honor's all mine, sir. Retired from justice now.
Mr.
Lombard. Philip. And you, sir.
Davis. Are you coming or not?
Well, shall we?
This way, just up here.
Afternoon!
Welcome to Soldier Island.
Right. Come along.
So is there a problem? Well, that's as far as my field take me, sir. God's sake.
Davis? Davis? I'd be grateful.
Of course.
And so right now, what I'd like you to do after having watched sort of the intro to this story, take some time to read the next section of this novel. It's posted at the Write and Ed Puzzle, and on the screen also are the questions that you will be asked after having read. So I'm going to give you a chance to open it in a new link, you'll read it, and then you'll have these questions pop up in Ed Puzzle after you've had a chance to read that. So take a look at the questions now.
Well, Rogers, our hosts. When can we expect to meet them?
We should be a full house by tonight, sir.
Ah, afternoon. Tony Marston. Well, I look forward to meeting you all at dinner. A stiff G&T in my room.
Sir,
Did Mrs. Owen leave any instructions for me? I'm the secretary.
only to ensure that you were comfortable and had everything you wished for, Miss Claythorne. Now, if the gentlemen would follow me, Mrs. Rogers will escort the lady.
Oh, thank you, Davis. Did my friend Mrs. Mrs. Constance Colmington, did she change her plans, do you know?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Ridiculously vague.
No, I'm sorry, I only just recently got the job.
No, not you, Miss Claythorne. I mean this whole arrangement. The Owens invited me here to meet my friend, and she's not even here. Very strange. Very strange indeed.
Can I help you? Here.
Oh, just kind.
Leave me alone.
Look at the state of you.
I've got to baste my beef. And my souffles, Thomas. What about my souffle?
Well, I can't dress her, can I? Go on.
Was it a childhood affliction? Your eyes?
No, madam. Came on all suddenly.
A shock, maybe. Sudden change.
Begging your pardon, madam, I don't know.
You must know.
Begging your pardon, madam, I don't.
I always think it's rather weakness to be so affected by something in one's circumstances. Rather indulgent. Almost vain. We must be strong, Mrs. Rogers, especially in these times. We must be valiant and virtuous. We must be English women.
Yes, madam.
And a little advice. In future, a splash of eau de cologne before you come upstairs to attend on the ladies. I appreciate it's hot work in the kitchen, but there's no need to announce it quite so emphatically.
Beg your pardon, madam.
Tinned goods. Troops. War. Tinned goods. Judge Walgrave, I'm terribly sorry for the clumsy introduction. I'm a terrible traveller. Completely lose my bearings.
Are we on time?
Very just. Ah, sir. You're ready sooner than we'd anticipated.
What's up there?
Just roof space, sir. Ah, sir, I've been advised that the footing isn't particularly sturdy up there. Best avoided, lest you make an unexpected entrance into one of the bedrooms, sir, by way of the ceiling. May I show you to the drawing room, sir? Perhaps an aperitif whilst you await the other guests.
Ah, Mr. Davis. You look like a man who could use a drink.
Oh, very congenial. Perhaps a small snifter?
Mr. Rogers, lead the way.
Miss. Is there something you're looking for, miss?
because this is the below stairs, miss. For staff.
Well, I am staff.
Miss, we had very strict instructions that you were to be treated as a guest. Guests don't come below stairs.
It rather sounds as though you're asking me to leave. How many more are you expecting with the Owens?
We shall know when they arrive.
And how will you cope? Just the two of you?
Rogers and myself is competent. More than.
So, if you please.
Well done, girl.
What an idyllic evening. The sky. How can one not believe in a creator?
Davis.
Emily Brent.
Edward Armstrong.
There's one in my room, too. I imagine there's one in every room.
Well, Soldier Island, it makes sense. It's amusing.
I have a strong suspicion our hosts are inclined to whimsy.
I cannot comment on our hosts.
Good little secretary.
Excuse me.
We've got off on the wrong foot, haven't we? But you do have very pretty legs. It would have been remiss not to admire them.
Mr. Lombard, you seem to be under the impression that I am a particular kind of woman. I assure you that I am not. I do not like to be looked at.
I get instincts about people. I have an instinct about you. I think you're pretending.
A drink, Mr. Marston?
Pink gin. Pink as a virgin's blush. Didn't catch your name.
Philip Lombard.
Irish. You must know the Corcorans. Great chums of mine. Endlessly simpatico. Anyone who's anyone knows them. Are you a betting man, Lombard?
It depends.
At some point this evening, one of those crumbling old rogues will start talking about the war. And then they'll ask us both if we aren't damned sorry to have missed the last one and how we should be gung-ho to do our duty in the next. Not that there's going to be a next one.
There's always a next one.
So how about it? A bet?
The odds are too short.
Listen to them. Clinging on. I mean, they think they still mean something, but nobody at all would notice or care if they just... I'm going to be exceptionally charming to them.
No, all right, Miss Claythorne. If it will make you happy, I'm sorry for staring.
Mr. Lombard, I doubt you're ever sorry for anything.
Smart girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, lobster souffle.
Hope it isn't too rich. I always dine so modestly at home.
We've met before, you know.
Oh, forgive me, my memory is not what it was. Perhaps you gave evidence before.
I'm not at all sure about these. They look very pagan.
They're the 10 little soldiers. You know, from the poem.
Oh, it's magical.
Mrs. Rogers has the gift.
Well, she might look like the undead, but she can definitely cook.
When might we expect the Owens? Have they not telephoned?
There's no telephone on the island, madam. Mr. Narracott brings messages along with the post and kitchen supplies every morning, and I imagine tomorrow he will either bring a telegram from the Owens or they will accompany him.
Rogers, give that Narcot chap a couple of bob, ask him to watch my car. It's parked up by the harbour. The Jensen.
Of course, sir. I shall pass on your compliments to Mrs. Rogers.
Look here, Davis. The Owens, are they fun-loving type?
Fun-loving?
Yeah, because there's something a tad off here. Now, I had a letter inviting me to a house party. Pretty young thing. You know, champagne, music. And apart from Lombard, who looks like he could cut up a bit lively, the rest of you don't really look like fun-loving house party types. No offense.
Your car, the Jensen.
Well, you saw her. Isn't she a beauty? I honestly can't imagine loving a person as much as I worship and adore the Jensen.
You ran me off the road.
No, I didn't.
You ran me off the road.
When?
I was driving along, minding my own business, when you overtook me, going God knows how fast, and you ran me off the road.
Well, I saw someone going at pitiful speed.
I don't care, Marston. I think an apology and a handshake between gentlemen would be just the thing here.
But I haven't done anything wrong.
You ran me off the road.
Well, I might have overtaken you, but my great aunt drives with more zip, and if you can't control your car, then you really shouldn't be behind the wheel.
You little shit! You ran me off the road, and then you have the temerity to tell me it's my fault.
Careful, old boy, getting a little red in the face there.
Gentlemen, please, there are ladies present.
I'm sorry. It's been a long week.
You're right, General. A handshake between gentlemen. Come on, Armstrong. Put it there. Let's be pals.